Today we're going to go over the top 8 signs that you're dealing with a demonic woman. Because Satan loves using beautiful people to tempt us, take us away from God, and to torment us in this life. Obviously he's not going to choose ugly people to come into our lives and do these things because we wouldn't fall for it. These are the top 8 signs that you're dealing with a demonic woman that you got to look out for. And if you see these signs, you got to run. you gotta start running. Anyways, all right, so sign number 1, she dresses loose / provocative. So for this one, we're gonna look at the Bible, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 10 through 11. And behold, the woman meets him dressed as a prostitute, wily of the heart. She is loud and wayward, and her feet do not stay at home. So a woman that's demonic, she's gonna show off a lot of skin, okay? Because she's trying to seduce you into temptation. So either to fornicate out of wedlock, which is a major sin, cheat on your spouse / partner, another massive sin, / steal your money. Okay, possibly rob you or just get a free dinner from you, whatever. Okay, this is a big red flag. A woman that you want as your wife, you do not want to meet her showing off a ton of skin. Okay, because she's showing off a ton of skin to the whole world. So what is that telling you? She's inviting the whole world to come have fun, essentially. See, because a person's clothing is a peek into their subconscious, i.e. their soul. So a woman that's showing off a ton of skin, she's subliminally telling the whole world, hey, I'm ready to have a good time, or hey, give me all your money. Number 2, she's manipulative, she lies, and she gossips. So a person, the words that they speak, especially in private, behind closed doors, they're giving you a peek into their subconscious, into their thoughts. So when a woman uses her words to bring others down and to manipulate others to do her bidding, this is a massive red flag, and you got to stay away from this woman because she's being influenced by demons. Number 3, relationship with her parents. So in the Bible it says, honor thy mother and thy father. In the Quran, same thing, you got to honor your parents. All right, so if a woman does not respect her parents, specifically her father, if she has 0 respect for her father, do you really think she's going to respect you? And not just that, let's say for example the father wasn't in the picture, she comes from a broken home. There's a massive chance that she's going to have a whole lot of trauma from not receiving love from a father figure, and all that baggage is going to fall into you if you enter into a relationship with this woman. So she might be a nice girl, initially at least, but eventually these demons will show up. Now if you're dating a girl, guys, and you're taking her seriously like you want to marry her, it's a really good idea to check on her family history. So you want to check, did her parents have a happy marriage? Was her mother a good wife / mother? Because we have to remember, guys, that the woman that you're seeing, her mother is a snapshot in the future of what your wife's going to be in the future. So if her mother is completely disorganized, she's divorced, she's just seeing a whole bunch of dudes all the time partying, massive red flag for the girl that you're dating. Of course, there are always exceptions, but we're not talking about the exceptions, we're talking about the norm here. Number 4, fits of rage. So it's normal to get a little bit mad every once in a while. Right? We're all human, it happens. But if the woman that you're seeing goes absolutely ballistic, out of control, in public, private, whatever, breaks stuff, calls the police, massive red flags, guys, because this woman has some serious demons, and when she loses control like this and blacks out, this is jinn possession, this is demonic possession that you're literally witnessing. Because what happens right after, right? She apologizes. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, when I get like this, I just lose control. Guys, no, just don't get into a relationship with this type of woman in general, because you don't need this type of stress in your life. So yeah, if she loses control on a regular basis, this is a telltale sign that she has some serious demons attached to her. Number 5, infidelity. So this is a sign that she is being influenced by succubus demons. When someone has a succubus demon attached to them, they feel zero remorse for cheating on their partners, or any sexual sin really. And they'll do it guilt-free. They'll literally lie to your face smiling, and then when you're not at home or you're at work or whatever, you'll be texting the next guy. Number 6, she has wicked friends. Guys, you are the average of the company that you keep. So if you meet this girl and she's incredible, she's amazing, you know, she cooks, cleans, treats you really good, and then you meet her friends, they're all single, they all love to party, they all cheat on their boyfriends, do drugs, alcohol, whatever. Those friends are a reflection of her inner nature. You're still in the honeymoon phase. She hasn't shown you her true colors yet. So seeing her friends the way they are, especially when their boyfriends are not around, she tells you these stories. What do you think she's doing when you're not around? Number 7, she does drugs and alcohol. So guys, we have to understand that drugs and alcohol are a form of sorcery. It's a form of magic, okay? Because when you consume these things, it opens you up for jinn possessions. This is why when people drink alcohol, they get violent, they sleep around. When people smoke crack, meth, they get violent, they rob people, right? Because they are no longer there. They are being controlled by other entities and made to do bad things, right? Because really think about it. When have you heard of someone getting drunk and doing something good, right? When have you heard of someone getting drunk and helping a little old lady with her groceries? Getting drunk and volunteering at a charity. When people take these substances, they do things that they normally wouldn't do, okay? Because these substances, they separate your consciousness, i.e. your soul, from your body. So then, obviously, if your soul's not in your body anymore, other entities are going to come in. And a telltale sign, guys, that there's a jinn possession, a demonic possession, is when you black out. So if you ever got blackout drunk, that's because your soul wasn't there anymore. You were taken over by some demon, and that's why you got into that fight. That's why you hooked up with that person when you totally would have never have touched that. If a woman, guys, has substance abuse problems, massive red flag. You gotta stay away from this woman. You know, if she drinks a lot, even though she might not get violent, some of them she might get violent, but more than likely she sleeps around. You don't want a woman that sleeps around. That's she's corrupted at that point. And marijuana too, guys, weed, la mota, the ganja. Right, I know a lot of you guys are gonna get triggered by this, but hear me out. When you smoke weed, guys, it disassociates your consciousness from your body. Okay, there's countless stories of people smoking a little weed and then they lose it. They get schizophrenia, some sort of mental illness, anxiety, all that stuff, depression. Right? How many of us have gotten paranoid when smoking weed? What do you think's causing that paranoia? And on top of that, science has actually found out that when you smoke weed, it puts your brain at an alpha state. So normally our brain waves are a beta state, so it's a little bit faster. It's a lot better at filtering out nonsense. Okay, so you're a lot less susceptible to programming, to being hypnotized, to being bamboozled, fooled. But when you smoke weed, your brain waves get slower. They fall into an alpha state. And when you're in an alpha state, you're essentially in a hypnotic trance, okay? Whenever you watch movies, you listen to music, you're daydreaming. You're in an alpha state. You're in a state of suggestibility, okay? When you're in a state, any information that comes in automatically goes into your subconscious and have a very high likelihood of becoming your reality. Okay? The only thing is you don't realize it at the time. But eventually, all this information that you're taking in becomes your reality. This is why you're gonna see when people listen to a lot of rap music, what happens? They live a life that's very negative. They're angry all the time. They always want to fight. They treat their women badly. Sometimes they end up in prison, making bad decisions, emulating the vibration, the frequency, the lyrics that these words are saying, the suggestions that are being suggested by these artists. So anyways, what do people do when they smoke weed? They listen to music. They watch movies, TV, all these things, okay? Who runs all these industries? Satan, the devil, runs all these industries, okay? So if the girl you're dating smokes weed all the time, and all she does is listen to music, watch TV, watch movies, guess who is influencing her? Guess who is programming her subconscious? The devil, okay? And again, she might be a good girl, but chances are she is highly deceived, and it's just going to lead you down a rocky road of heartbreak. So these are things you got to look out for, guys. If you're trying to find a quality wife that is going to treat you well and you're going to be super happy with her, you got to find a woman that doesn't drink, smoke weed, do any sorts of drugs whatsoever, okay? That is your best bet. And you know, there's this Bible verse that perfectly encapsulates the point that I just made. In 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 through 9, be sober-minded and be watchful. For your adversary, the devil, roams around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. So what is this implying? When you do drugs, any sort of drugs, that this is easy pickings for the devil. Easy pick. Oh, okay, got you, got your soul, got your soul, got your soul. Guys, if you're doing drugs, if you're smoking weed, drinking alcohol, you got to take an honest look at yourself. And an honest look at your life. Ask yourself, am I deserving of a beautiful, righteous, quality woman in my life, in my current state right now? Ask yourself. Okay? Because we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. And if you have this pattern of attracting wicked women in your life, women that treat you bad, cheat on you, just take all your money, they don't love and respect you, you know, you got to take some time to really reflect in your life and make these changes. And don't, it's not all doom and gloom, guys. We gotta chill out, take it easy. You know, because at one point I was one of these guys. You know, I used to do drugs, fornicate, drink all the time, make bad decisions. And trust me, I went through my trials. I lost everything. I lost my girlfriend at the time. I lost my career at the time. I lost everything. But through God's grace and mercy, I was able to pull myself out of this dark hole that I was in for many years. And now I'm married to the woman of my dreams. I got a beautiful baby girl. I got a great career. And I'm super excited for the future. And that's because I invited God into my life. And I followed His commandments. You know, and I'm not perfect by any means. You know, I still make mistakes. But I always pray to Him, I always repent, and I'm always trying to do better. Okay, and I promise you guys that if you're smoking weed, if you're drinking alcohol, initially it's going to be tough. 100% it's going to be tough. Okay, because you have this illusion that, oh man, like it's going to be boring if I don't do these things. If I don't smoke weed, what am I going to do, right? If I don't drink alcohol, go out with the boys, how am I going to meet women? Pure deception by Satan, guys. These are demons influencing these thoughts, implanting these thoughts that your life is going to be boring. I've been sober for the last 2 years, not drinking alcohol. And I'm way happier than I've ever been before. So I'm living proof that sober living is the best living. And when you're sober too, God is going to bless you with a beautiful, stunning wife that treats you the way you deserve to be treated. I promise you that. All right, so number 8, she brings up exes / has many ex-lovers. Okay, guys, so if the girl you're seeing, especially if you just started dating, is constantly bringing up her ex, or exes, even worse, this is because she has unholy soul ties with these men. And she cannot give herself fully to you until these soul ties are cut out. The problem is, when you have unholy soul ties, especially if these are ex-boyfriends, a lot of these soul ties, sometimes they last a lifetime. Now, don't get it twisted, with the help of God, anything's possible. But if this woman doesn't have God in her life, you're just going to be dealing with a woman with a whole lot of baggage. And she's not over her exes, and she's going to be constantly bringing him up and comparing you guys. Do you really want to be dealing with all these comparisons to her ex? Oh, my ex used to do this. Oh, you're just like my ex. How does that make you feel? Right, guys? This is red flags. God is literally showing you, he's telling you, this woman's not right for you. You need to look elsewhere. Last but not least, doesn't believe in God / hates God. A woman that doesn't believe in God is lost in the world. She is a woman that is easily influenced by any subjective truth instead of objective truth, i.e. God. She is a woman that is being guided by the world and not by God. And who runs the world? And don't get it twisted, guys. Okay, so there's a big difference between a woman that doesn't believe in God / hates God versus a woman that believes in God but doesn't know anything about God. Or she's lukewarm with God, because as a man, it is our job and duty to lead women to the truth. Lead them towards God. Okay, there's a reason why in all the Abrahamic religions that men are the pastors, men are the leaders, men are the imams, the sheikhs, the priests, the popes. Okay, because who did God make first? He made man first. He made Adam first, and then he made Eve from his rib. Okay, so women, by default, are 1 degree separated from God. Okay, they can have a direct relationship with him, but it's a lot tougher, and it's way easier for them to have a direct relationship with him through their man. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think that just because a woman isn't on fire for God when you first meet her, that you should stay away from her. No way, absolutely not. Who knows? Maybe you're the man that's going to save her soul. And that kind of goes hand in hand with this entire list, guys. Like, keep in mind, we're not perfect. No woman that you're ever going to meet is perfect. Okay? So you might meet a woman that has some of these traits that I just listed. But if deep down inside, and you're going to know when you meet this woman, if deep down inside she is a good woman, she's a woman of the light, but she is just deceived and she needs a little guidance in her life, she has potential. You know, in the Bible, Jesus says it just takes a mustard seed worth of faith can move mountains. Okay, so if you see that she believes in God, but she is lost, there you go. You can save her. You can save her soul. So I wanted to make that point to you guys. All right, guys, so that's the list. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. A whole lot of research goes into these videos, and at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help people. And honestly, like, the market's tough. It's really hard to find a quality woman, to date her, and to get married, all that stuff, because the vast majority of women, or just people in general, are being programmed by social media, by music, by movies, all that stuff. So if you find a good girl, guys, hold on to her, please. Hold on to her, keep her pure, keep her away from all these bad influences, and live out that dream life that you deserve, that God has blessed you with. Okay, guys, stay blessed. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.